Hey everyone, welcome to More Than Just Task Management, your favorite productivity podcast. And as you can see, today we have a little bit of a different setup because we are on the road and we are actually uh, together, like in person. So you can see both of us in one place. And I'm your host, Anna Angelova, business coach and consultant specializing in productivity and goal setting and achievement. And as usual, and this time in person, I have Joris Minesfand with me.
Hi Anna, hi everyone. Good to see you guys on this bright Monday morning. Today we're talking about productivity secret that most people overlook. Uh, um, Guilty as charged, and that is managing your energy, not just your time. And that makes so important because when you spend the time without having the right energy, you're wasting it. You're wasting your time.
Yeah, and here's the thing, like when you think about time management, it's great, right? Like we have mentioned batching your tasks, like let's say Monday morning is for planning the week, Monday afternoon is for marketing activities, for example. Like we've been talking about this thing, and it matters, right? The batching, like time managing time matters. Booking your calendar for your workout, like these things matter, of course. But if you don't have the energy to actually do what you have planned, right? If you don't have the energy to do the work that you want to do, it doesn't matter. Like you can have the perfect schedule and achieve nothing.
Yeah.
And that's why, like we did today and this week, it's about performance, it's about flow. And today specifically, we are focusing on why learning to manage your energy is really a key to productivity in your business and in life in general.
Yeah. And in this podcast today, we'll talk about what does energy management really mean and why is it important.
Yeah, absolutely. We want to touch on these things and starting with what is, right? What energy management it is. And again, most people when we talk productivity, like a lot of times people think, oh, it's how can I get the most out of the day? Like squeeze as much as possible out of the day. But it's really about optimizing your energy so you can do the best of the work you're doing, like when you are at your peak, when you have the most energy. Because again, like you can like we all have 24 hours in a day, right? And we sleep what? Let's say 8 hours, and then commuting, other things. Like let's say we have eight hours of work. Let's say we have 8 hours of work for work, right? For work.
Mhm.
In these 8 hours, like, I can sit 1 hour in front of the screen and do absolutely nothing. And again, that's why it's not managing the time. The time goes by. Like whether I am actually in flow and do the work or I'm blocked somehow, like this 1 hour goes by no matter what I do. So it's really when we talk about energy management, it's learning what your energy cycles look like when you are at your best and when you are at your worst, and actually aligning your so one thing is aligning your work with your energy cycle. So you do the deep work, you do the focused work when you have your energy, and also so it's again one thing is learning, and then another part of energy management is actually how can you have more energy, right? Like yes, our energy goes up and down, but it's also how can you have more of it.
Absolutely. And not all hours are equal, right?
Yeah,
Some hours and those 8 hours or 10 hours, whatever you were just talking
yeah,
about, you can be, there's some of those hours you're sluggish, some of the hours you're creative. So when you have your, one thing is to understand your rhythm, your natural rhythm. What are those peak hours? And then have your tasks and your day around those hours.
yeah,
Right, and
exactly.
then don't like you said, you can sit in front of a computer, do a lot of things for an hour, but accomplish nothing because you were distracting. And
Exactly.
but if you spend that hour when you are for that task, when you are at your peak energy, then you will accomplish something. That's what energy management is all about.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's when you think about it, when you work against your energy, right? Like when you work against it, when if you force yourself it's so actually like so hard. Like it's like pulling teeth, and like if you are mentally drained, like especially at the end of the day, right? Like
Mm,
we all feel tired at the end of the day, and uh, it's wasting time. It's wasting time. Actually,
mm,
what helps is to close the laptop and say enough is enough. And I do a lot of times. I do this.
yeah,
I just close it and say, you know what? It's better for me to close the laptop, allow myself to recover. Tomorrow morning, when I have the energy, I'll actually achieve so much more in that 1 hour tomorrow morning than I can
mm,
achieve in the 2 hours that are left today. So
mm.
we don't want to waste time. We don't want to produce low quality results. And this is where energy management really helps. It helps us work efficiently and effectively and avoid burnout.
Yeah, yeah, right. And energy is not just physical. There are actually six different types of energy. We will just break it down in the next few minutes. And that these are the ones that can impact productivity negatively or positively the way you manage it, depending on how you manage it.
Yeah, and I really love this part with the different types of energy, because a lot of times we feel with the energy we feel, oh, it's physical, right? We didn't sleep well, so we feel tired, like this is we know about it, right? But so the physical is one, right? Our stamina, our endurance, and it's all about how we sleep, how are we hungry or not, right?
Hmm.
Do we need to drink water or not? Like all these kind of things. But then we also have mental energy, right? For a lot of us, the work we do, it's mental work. Like it's a lot of creation of, whether it's content or strategies and things like this, especially as business owners, right?
Yeah.
So mental energy is all about our ability to focus, to make decisions, to problem solve, to strategize, to create a solution. So this is the second one. The third one is the emotional.
Hmm.
Like how do we handle stress? What is our mood, right? Are we motivated or not? And then we have the spiritual energy as well,
Yeah.
which is our sense of purpose. Like what we do, like are we
Making a
making
difference.
a difference? Is this aligned with our values, or,
Mm-hmm.
or is this something that, that inner voice that's telling you, yeah, this is what I want to do? Mm, and we also have the environmental energy. And this energy comes from like the environment itself, and like it's in some of the things that impacted this energy. It's even like, is it too cold or not? Like it's winter here, and I'm sitting right next to a window, and it's a little bit cold. So this is impacting my energy right now, right? It's I feel the cold a little bit, and I don't have my Uggs on. So and the last one is the social energy, the people around us. And the thing is that some of us, and for some things, like we prefer to work with people. And if we are left alone to do something alone, it matters.
Hmm.
Or if we are forced to work with people when we'd rather do something alone, it matters. So
Hmm.
these are the type of energy that uh, matter and that impact us at any moment wherever we are performing and doing something, physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, environmental, and social.
Yeah, and if you're low on any of these, your productivity suffers. So instead of managing your time, ask yourself, which one of these energies do I need for this task? And then how do I optimize it?
Yeah,
And
really.
the thing is that the first four that you mentioned, I think they have, this is my view on it, they have high and low. The last two are positive and negative. I think that's how I look at it, right?
Interesting.
Environmental. So you'll be low on physical energy,
Yeah.
but if you're a social person and you're alone, that's a negative. Like
Yes,
to me, it's
yes.
like positive or
It's
negative. Like number five and six are like that. That's how I break them down.
interesting. This
Yeah,
this is an interesting
high
view
and
on this.
low,
Yeah, this is
positive and negative.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. This is a very interesting view on this.
Mhm. Yeah, you can't have low cold. You can't be low on cold, but it just
It depends.
negatively impacts you.
Well, if it was if it was the summer and it was really hot, having a little bit of chill would be nice,
Nice.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's
Yeah.
true. And this is actually all of them are like kind of positive and negative in a way, right? Like the things that help us and the things that don't help us. Mm. So mm, now that we know the six types of energy, uh, it's probably a good time to talk about structuring the day, right? How do we structure the day around the energy? And with some of the natural peaks and the dips we have throughout the day, right? And this is actually called ultradian rhythm, like where like throughout the day we actually have our energy naturally goes up and down. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so try scheduling it this way. That's what I usually do. So you have hard tasks that are hard for you, like doing my taxes, which I finally did.
Oh yeah.
And then you have low energy tasks like sending emails and admin work. So schedule your hard tasks around your high energy peaks when you start learning when your peaks are, and leave those low energy tasks for when you're in a dip, and then take periodic breaks to strategically knowing exactly when to take it to recharge yourself. And then you just go back to, so you can do like a couple of hard tasks, then you're low on energy, or you're feeling lonely or whatever, change, you call somebody to not to feel lonely, or then do a couple of low tasks, take a break, then you're energized, go back to your hard tasks again. So it's like a cycle.
Yeah, and I've heard this. So if you think about this natural rhythm, so the way it usually goes is when we wake up in the morning, our energy naturally goes up. Like our energy naturally goes up as we wake up, and we have the peak around like 10, 11 a.m. is when we reach that peak, and then it starts dropping.
Yeah.
And then we get into that after lunch slump where like no one
Too
wants to
much,
do anything. And then we do have a little bit of a mm, not like another peak. Let's say another peak. It's not as high as the morning one usually. A little bit later, and then it starts dropping again. And this is natural, right? It's natural the way that things work. And I love what you were saying, how scheduling the hard work for those like the peak hours and the early hours. And I know we both come from corporate backgrounds, right? And in the corporate world, it's so hard to actually do this because what happens, and especially we being in North America, right, and working with European teams or people in other parts of the time zones, especially with Europe, like ultimately your morning is hijacked by meetings. And you end up being able to do something in the afternoon, which is completely the opposite of what we should be doing.
Yeah.
So, but as business owners, this is one of the beauty of being a business owner, that you actually have more control over your time, and you can schedule it in a way that you take advantage and figure out where are you at your best, when are you at your best, right? At what times, and do deep work at that times, and then for the rest, like you said, email, some admin work, whatever, some easy things. So yeah.
Yeah, and remember, energy is like a battery. If you don't recharge, it will run out, right? So taking breaks, staying hydrated, I find that actually my peakest time is after my workout. So anything to do with pricing, or very like, I need to be very like
precise,
careful, precise with a lot of numbers and markups and percentages. I do it after my workout. So between like 7 a.m. and 10:30, 11, I have that peak, and then it slumps down. But then after I do workout, maybe it's because of the type of workout I do, it's so counterintuitive. Instead of, I'm like, oh, if I go workout, I'm going to run out of energy. I'm going to be sluggish for the rest of the day. It's the exact opposite.
Well, workout actually helps with the mental energy, right? Because we were talking about different types. You might not be able to, after a heavy workout, your physical energy in a way might be actually at some point it's a little bit depleted because of the workout, right? But even your physical energy, if you feel better, if you get the
right, it will pump back up.
yeah, when you eat right, you get the what's the happy hormone you get after running? No, the happy hormone. Anyway, endorphins. Yeah, you get endorphins. So, and which actually brings us very nicely to some practical strategies to manage the energy and help your energy. Like you said, one of the things is exercise, right? Like the exercise is one of the things, moving, and like sitting all day long, like we know what it's like it drains our energy. And you don't have to go for a workout like this, do a heavy workout or go for a run. Even just going for a walk, and even just walking around your condo, if you live in a condo, is okay, right? And just a bit of movement. Mm, we've been mentioning sleep a lot, and it's important. Prioritizing sleep, as I said, it's better to close your laptop and say, "This is it. Let me relax and go to bed, and wake up tomorrow morning to do things when I have energy." So really, and it's not just the duration, right? It's not the quantity that matters that much as the quality. Like we mentioned that we got into biohacking, and one of the things is the quality of the sleep matters. Like you can be in bed for 9 hours and have poor quality of sleep and wake up groggy and not feeling well. So sleep well, like quality matters. The food you eat. And we've noticed this as well, like that when we have heavy food, we feel tired. When we have food that fuels us, it really fuels us. Like it impacts the focus. And we've noticed again with biohacking, when we have coffee with butter in the morning, no breakfast, we're so sharp.
Sharp, yeah.
We're so sharp.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Absolutely. It's the concept of fuel, not fill.
Yeah.
Don't fill your stomach against the hunger. Fuel your body. Eat the right thing, what is good for you, what matches your metabolism, and you'll keep it even affects your vision, hearing, everything, your cognitive powers, everything.
Yeah. And when you think about your lunch, like it's really like your breakfast and lunch, like, they're so important for how you show up for work. They're so important. So when you have a fueling and our brain actually, like when we think about a brain, it really needs good fats. Like it really needs good quality fat. So prioritizing fuel over feeling, love it, love it. And then try another thing you can try is in the beginning, especially try to map and see how your energy goes up and down. Keep a journal for a week or even a few weeks just to see what happens. Like, okay, oh, I actually feel so productive right now, and like see how it feels. And this is how you can actually start also seeing. Um, Based on how you sleep, let's say, oh, the days I sleep well, this is what happens. The day I don't sleep well, this is what happens. Or based on what you eat, like you can start seeing the correlation and what helps you and what doesn't help you. And the other one that actually really helps me to have my energy up, especially in the morning, I'm reading the Greatest Secret book right now, like reading certain types of books that really allow me to remember who I am and how powerful I am, my values, right? The purpose, that spiritual connection in a way. This is something that really helps me remember that what I do matters so much and gives me energy and motivation for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And one thing that we are really bad at, like we're all guilty of, is saying yes to too many things. Like another thing is like prioritize, like you matter, like you are, like as a business owner, like you are the MVP, you are the quarterback. Protect your energy, protect yourself, say no to things that drain you. Like if getting out with people drains you, then don't get out. Yes, like as a business owner, networking, like these kind of things matter. But if it's something that drains you, don't get out every single day. Go like once a week, once a month, whatever works for you.
Absolutely. And we talked about it, I think it was a few podcasts ago. We talked about workout and diet where they're very personal and you have to make it your own.
Yeah.
This is exactly the same thing. Experiment, like you said, experiment, find out what works for you, what are your peaks, what are your lows, how you recharge. All of this may 8 hours sleep may be not enough for you. You may need 10 hours or 5 hours. So the idea is these are not set rules. It's just that to know, measure, and be aware,
Be aware,
right?
yes, yeah.
And tracking and writing it down gives you that awareness, gives you that view. Even for 1 week, you'll see your ups and downs. Yeah.
One thing, we were listening to Jim Rohn yesterday on the road, and one of the things he was saying is that, like with the journal, right? Keeping a journal, so tracking, it's not just, oh, you put it there and you forget about it. It's actually reviewing it. So one of the important things is, like, if you or decide to track, so you see how your energy goes up and down, review it at the end of the week, review it and see what works, what doesn't, and do it. And I would highly recommend, a week is good, like it's a good start. I would highly recommend for the tracking, actually, at least a month, like try at least a month, so you have a little bit more data.
Cycles, a few days is not enough.
Yes, few days is not enough, and as I mentioned, that we have monthly cycles as well. So try to keep it so you find what works for you. And while there are things that are general, like with the circadian rhythms and things like this that are general, again, I love what you said, the reminder that it's personal. Like, we need to find our own success formula. What we are sharing here are some general ideas and things that apply to all to us, guidelines, but ultimately you need to figure what works for you. Like, I remember when I was in high school, wow, like all of my math homework, I would do it in the evening.
The night,
10 p.m., 11 p.m. Like, I would do it like this. Like, so.
Usually at 5 a.m. That's what between 5 and 7, I still am my sharpest.
Yeah. So finding out what works for you.
Yeah. So the challenge for this week, like Anna said, track your energy, start tracking for a month, at least for a month, identify your highs and lows, and then schedule all of your tasks. We talked about in the productivity previous podcast. Schedule those tasks around your energy, and you'll see the difference.
Yeah, I love this challenge, and actually, we can join it. We can join it with you and do this challenge together. So
we can post
share how it goes. Like, I personally, I didn't have a good night's sleep, so we'll see how it goes. I just had breakfast. Hopefully, it helps. Anyway, I think this is it for today. And of course, we went a little bit over the 15 minutes, but this is another topic.
Passionate, we're too passionate.
We're too passionate about these kind of things.
We love to share.
We love to share. That's true. Yeah. Well, enjoy the week ahead, and we'll be back live on YouTube 7:30 tomorrow morning. With continuing the conversation around energy management and performance and flow. And if you like the podcast, again, reminder, subscribe, share, comment, and let us know. Let us know what works for you, what other things you would like to hear about. And keep on listening. We're here for you every single morning. With your favorite More Than Just Task Management podcast. Bye, everyone.